Welcome to North Country Commerce, a business and community service of the Plattsburgh North Country Chamber of Commerce. I'm Gary Douglas, president of the Chamber, and we're standing here at Business Expo 2001. You're seeing this after the fact. We hope you were here, maybe saw us doing this program and already know what Expo is about, but for those of you who missed it, we want you to know what you missed, both so you know what the Chamber does, what this Expo is about, how it's important to everybody in the North Country that we do this, but also so you'll want to make sure that you come next year if you missed this year's show. With me are the two folks who do more than anybody else to make this show happen every year. Executive Vice President of the Chamber, Jody Parks, and Larry Criff from Criff Furniture in downtown Plattsburgh and in Malone, another one of our North Country Chamber areas, who is chair of the Business Expo Committee. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Jody, tell folks who didn't make it this year what Expo 2001 was all about.
Expo 2001 is one of the most amazing expos we've ever had. We have 170 exhibitor booths on the floor. We've got businesses of just about every kind that you can possibly imagine here, just distributing information, telling people about their products and services, giving demonstrations on things, and it's a really great time. If anybody in the Plattsburgh area is wondering what goes on in our community, they should come here to find out, because you're going to find a sample of just about everything. We actually have exhibitors from Canada, we have exhibitors from Vermont, and we have exhibitors from all around the Plattsburgh region. So it's a really great event, and I hope you were here, and if you weren't here, definitely come next year.
Now, what Business Expo is a business-to-business show, which is different, isn't it, than a home show or a builder show, some of the other kinds of business shows people see in the area. What's different about a business-to-business show?
The business-to-business show is really for business people doing business in the area. You will find all kinds of business-related things. If you go to a home show, you might find different products like vacuum cleaners and things like that. This is more business-related items, although we do have people that are catering to families. The Inn of Six Mountains is here, and they're a resort out of Killington, Vermont. And there are all kinds of things, but it's really business people doing business in the area, and it's what products and services they have to offer.
And we expect, if things go according to past performance, and we expect they will, it's a beautiful day, about 2,000 business people to come through here today. Yep,
and we'll get all kinds of people in here today, which is going to be fantastic.
Now, this is the only show of its kind in Northern New York. That means it's the largest of its kind in Northern New York. So it really is the one time every year for businesses in this whole northeast region of New York, all of those viewers out there who have some sort of business that does business with other business people, to really highlight their products and connect with those 2,000 potential customer businesses. Tell folks what it takes to kind of be an exhibitor here.
If people want to be an exhibitor, all they have to do is call the Chamber of Commerce and we can set them up with a booth. This year the booth prices were $325 for Chamber members and $425 for non-members. What a lot of people do is get in the show and decide the Chamber of Commerce does more than they ever imagined, and they end up joining the Chamber anyway. But it's really easy for people if they do want to be an exhibitor. Some of our people have exhibited in many shows and they already know the routine, they know exactly what to do. Other people really have never done it before and they have no idea, and we're definitely here to help them. I've met with a lot of our exhibitors, given them some ideas on what they might like to do, things they might like to try. We've been doing this expo for 13 years, so we sort of built over the years. We figured out what works, what doesn't work, and we kind of have some idea now of what's going on. I think you will also find that the exhibitors in the show have really developed over the last 13 years. It used to be that people would just set up a table, put out some brochures, and stand there and talk to everyone all day. Now you will find a lot of very professional booths, a lot of giveaways, a lot of show specials. People are making deals right out on the expo floor. There's a lot of savings to be found. They've got raffle prizes and door prizes and everything you can imagine. So if people do want to get into the show, all they have to do is call me at the Chamber and we'll let them know what it's all about. And even if they've never done it before, we can help them figure out what they need to do, and they can be prepared for next year's show.
Now, this has been going on for 13 years. I think one of the points of pride for the entire North Country about this show, well, there are a couple of points of pride. One is for folks that come here, I think, and they come for the first time to a business expo, I think they'll be pleasantly surprised about just the variety of expertise and businesses and manufacturers, the extent and variety of the business community we have here in the North Country. It really is a showcase. We get a lot of people from Montreal and Vermont, from outside of the North Country, who come to this expo, and so it tells a story about the size, the scope, the expertise of this business community, which makes a statement for the whole region. But it also is a point of pride for the Chamber, and I think all of us in the North Country, because it's homegrown. It's done by the Chamber and by a lot of volunteers who work year-round on this. It isn't contracted out to some show operator who comes in from outside of the area and puts this on, as a lot of shows are. It's done by the Chamber, by North Country people. Larry, and the work starts tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I think one thing that we can really be proud of is that in the 13th year, we have as many exhibitors as we've ever had. I don't know if there was ever a year that we had more than we've had this year.
No,
and thanks to the committee members and to Jody, least of all to me, they should be really commended for working hard and getting this amount of activity after 13 consecutive years of doing this. I think it's great.
Now, there's also an awful lot of networking and deal making that goes on here today too, isn't it? It isn't just visiting the booths.
Yep, as much goes on, I think, around in the aisles and at the food as goes on at the booths. It really is a good day for networking and even socializing, just to make your contacts that are going to follow you for the rest of the year.
And there's also 2 special seminars that we do every year. And one of them is going on as we stand here. It goes on all morning, half day. It's called Conquer the U.S. in One Day. We advertise it up in Montreal and invite Canadian manufacturers and companies and distributors to come down here, visit Expo, spend the morning in a very unique program that teaches them how to set up U.S. subsidiaries, how to do business in the U.S., and then they spend the afternoon connecting with all the businesses out here that could potentially help them do that. And of course, the not so subtle underlying message is that, gee, you're obviously thinking of doing business in the U.S. or you wouldn't come to this seminar. By the way, there isn't a better place to do that than Plattsburgh. And they learn that here at the seminar and at Expo. We've got 33 Montreal companies in that seminar this morning. And if a few of those don't end up here in the next couple of years, I'll be surprised. And then in the afternoon, we always do a seminar for people thinking of starting a business on how to start their business. So we're helping local people start businesses. We're helping Canadians start businesses. We just want them to start all those businesses here in Plattsburgh, and Expo helps them do that. Thanks to both of you for another incredible job. It's already a great success. And on to number 14. We don't have a date yet, do we?
No, it'll be either the end of May or the beginning of June. We just have to work it out with everybody else's schedule, SUNY's schedule, and we'll let everybody know as soon as we have a date.
But it will happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here at the booth of one of the sponsors of this show. You know, Expo is free to the thousands of people who attend every year because we have several excellent corporate sponsors here in the community who help underwrite it and help make it possible. And the very well-known law firm in Plattsburgh of Stafford, Trombley, Owens Curtin has been and continues to be one of the great supporters and sponsors. But as you're seeing, there's a different name up there, and I'm going to ask Susanna Pillar to tell us what that's about.
Yes, as of last Friday, Stafford, Trombley, Owens Curtin announced that we have merged with the law firm Harris Beach, LLP, which is home officed in Rochester, 180 attorneys, wide range of services being provided, and we feel it's a great opportunity for this area to have a law firm that can now provide such well-rounded services to the community.
Harris Beach has offices in a number of places, don't they?
Yes, correct. We have our handy list here, but we have Albany, New York City, Rochester, Buffalo, Washington, D.C., and of course, now Plattsburgh, and we're very excited about this opportunity.
So this really gives the firm a whole lot more reach, a whole lot more expertise and potential partners in that network within the firm.
Absolutely, and I think exposure for our clients throughout New York State. Now that we're able to offer more services and we have law, offices in different areas, we're able to provide that representation all over the state now. So we're very excited.
But at the same time, for local folks that are used to working for years with the Stafford firm, those local folks are still here, and things aren't going to change in terms of that local service and the local leadership and the local people that you're all used to working with.
Correct. We're still the same people that our clients have always dealt with. That isn't going to change, and we're going to provide the same quality of service that we have for years.
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for being a sponsor.
Okay.
Well, this is kind of a threefer. We're here in front of the booth for the Plattsburgh Air Base Redevelopment Corporation. Park, also another one of those valued sponsors of Business Expo, and we thank them for, again, being one of those sponsors that helps make this show possible. We have with us Randy Beach. Randy is chairman of Park. He also is chairman of the Plattsburgh North Country Chamber, which is putting on this show today, and he also, of course, is with Adirondack Bank, one of our many excellent banks here in the North Country, helping to make all of this business activity that's happening in the North Country happen. So, welcome on all three counts, Randy.
Thank you very much, Gary.
Tell folks from your perspective. You've been part of this show from several different perspectives: Chamber, Park, Adirondack Bank. Why it's important, why it's valuable to the folks who are exhibiting here at Expo.
It's a great opportunity for the folks who are exhibiting because it gives them a chance to interact with everybody else, to meet their fellow business people that they might not meet otherwise. It gets them a chance to showcase new products, showcase themselves for that matter, and it's just a good time for everybody, really.
Now there are continue to be a lot of good things happening at Park. What's going on these days?
Well, we continue to watch Pratt & Whitney grow, which is one of our star tenants, along with all the others that are out there. We have Worldwide Monkey that has just started out, and they're here today as well.
We'll have to go see them.
We definitely have to go see their jungle, and there's a lot of good things happening. The development of the Oval, everything going out there is just a big plus for this community.
The Select Group project actually launches today, the day of Business Expo, starting to resell those homes as second homes on the new base, bringing new folks, new buyers into the community, a new source of cash infusion into the Plattsburgh area. Conveyance is starting to happen.
Yep.
Everything that for the last 5 years we've been talking about is starting to happen. Aviation activity, actual turnover of the property,
Yep.
Redevelopment of the housing. There's about 60 tenants out there now?
There's about 60 tenants, and you're absolutely right about Select Group. I totally forgot about them. I was just talking to some of their people yesterday. They're actually expecting to put under contract somewhere between 10 and 25 houses today alone. And so that's extremely exciting because not only do we have our regular commercial tenants out there, but now we'll start having residents and people living out there who are occupying some of that property, and it'll just make it more like the community the way it should be.
Well, thanks, Randy, and thanks for all that you do at Park and all that you do at the Chamber.
Thank you very much, Gary.
I'm here now with Reggie Lowry of CellularOne, another one of our valued corporate sponsors of Business Expo. Welcome, Reggie, and thank you for sponsoring Expo this year. Tell us why this show is, in CellularOne's view, important to your future business plans and to business in the North Country.
Well, Gary, it gives us an opportunity to let people know that CellularOne is here and we're here to stay. Also gives other businesses in the area about letting them know that we're here. We offer so many different products for you. CellularOne offers cellular phones, paging. We also added something what we call text messaging for digital phones. Just a lot of new products that we want to let businesses know about as they come about within our company.
So you're really using this as a chance to let the business community here in the North Country know about some of those new products that they may not know about.
Oh, by all means. Word of mouth travels great via newspaper or radio, but when you come to talk to somebody live, there's so much more that we can offer, so much more we can tell you about that the newspaper and the radio is not telling you about.
If folks want to get in touch with CellularOne and find out about some of those new products you mentioned, how can they do that?
Well, you can come right here to the Expos if you get a chance to do that today, or you can come to our location on Cornelia Street, and we also have a little booth at the Walmart right here in Plattsburgh.
And what about a phone number?
Phone number, that's a good question. No, it's not. It's 1-800-676-2355.
That's great. Thank you again for being a sponsor this year. Another one of our valued Expo sponsors this year is Twin State Voice Data Video, and with me is Kyle Brister, an account executive with Twin State. Thank you to Twin State for sponsoring Expo this year.
Thank you. It's going to be a nice show.
Tell folks a little bit. I know there's so much to tell. We could do a whole show just about Twin State, but give folks a quick overview of the kinds of products and services that Twin State offers.
Well, Twin State has been in the business for 32 years. We started in 1968 as a security company. Since then, we've taken on large PBX systems, and we've also got into the data networking department. So what we do is specifically is structured cabling for new buildings. We do local area networks and wide area networks. We do PBX and key telephone systems, and we've done it with a great deal of success over the years. We have some really major accounts in Clinton County, including the Clinton Community College, the Clinton County Government Center, Essex County Government Center, among others. We also operate in 3 other states, Vermont and New Hampshire, and part of Massachusetts, and we've actually come quite a long ways over the last 30 years.
In fact, Twin State's a real North Country success story, isn't it?
Yes, it very much so is. It started out with one man in his garage as a security company, and like I said, we've now gained the status in the industry as being the number 19 in terms of the top 100 interconnects in the nation. Those are companies that are value-added resellers to manufacturers like NEC or Mitel or Cisco, and those companies place a lot of faith in companies like ours just because we have the skill and expertise that it takes to administer, install, and maintain their products. And it's a relationship that we've been working on for quite a long time, and we've been very successful with it.
In fact, for folks out there across the North Country who see this program, you know, I'm sure there are some of you out there that may think, gee, they hear about technology and think that maybe the North Country is being left behind. I think they'd be surprised, and Business Expo helps to tell that story about the fact that first of all, we are plugged in the technology. It is here, but one of the really great things is just how many great companies we have, like Twin State, right here in the North Country, that are homegrown, local people that are really very much on the cutting edge of things.
Yeah, I agree. I think the perception is that you need to go to the big cities or to the big markets to find a company that can do the things that we do with great expertise, and it's simply not the case. As technology gets more advanced, it's the kind of thing where you don't need to be in the big cities anymore. There's a trend towards people wanting to work at home, and the equipment that we sell facilitates that very well.
Tell folks how to get in touch with Twin State to find out more.
Well, we can be reached at 1-800-833-8000. We also have a website. It's www.twinstate.com. And we're always happy to hear from anybody, and we can get information to anybody who would request it.
Well, that's great. Thank you for your time, and thank you for sponsoring Expo.
Okay, thank you, Gary.
The final of our 5 corporate sponsors who help to make this show happen every year is Channel 5 WPTZ TV in Plattsburgh, and with me is Sarah Curtin. Welcome, Sarah.
How are you doing, Gary?
Very good. WPTZ is a particularly valued sponsor. They're all valued. But one of the things that PTZ does so well, of course, being a television station, is that they really help us to publicize this show so that we can sell it out over a year, and so that we do get a couple of thousand business people to come and take advantage of it. Why is Expo important to WPTZ?
Just the presence. It's good to be here, to see all the people. It's a great day. Like the commercial says, everyone's here, so there's no sense being in the office. You get a lot of good contacts, and it's a very good place to be.
And as an exhibitor here, what are you hoping to do with the folks that attend here, or tell them about?
About our station and the things that we can do and the different programs that we're offering now, and meet people, prospective advertisers.
That's one of the key things, of course. Everybody who comes here needs advertising of one kind or another, don't they?
Yes, they do. Hopefully.
And we get a broad array of folks here. I mentioned we've got 33 Canadian companies in the seminar across the hall. PTZ has quite a viewership area. What is the market area?
Well, we cover. Our market doesn't show that we can reach into Canada, but we do. I mean, we reach as far as Cornwall and Quebec City, and then we have a station down in White River Junction, WNNE TV, which is also carries our same programming. So we can cover all of Vermont and the 3 counties in New York State.
So for viewers out there, I mean, one of the things to keep in mind when they think about advertising and they think about television in particular, is not to just think about the audience that's going to reach, say, in the Plattsburgh and Burlington areas, but to realize there are millions of viewers of PTZ up in Quebec.
That's correct, and they do watch our programming, yes.
And it's a very economical way. You know, I can tell you the Chamber does advertising in Quebec for our seminars and so on. And if any of you out there have ever priced, for example, just trying to take a little ad in the Montreal Gazette, or to get directly into the TV or radio media in Montreal, it's unbelievably expensive, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yep.
So it's a real bargain, really, potentially, to reach that market through our own station in Plattsburgh.
Exactly right. That's right.
So keep that in mind.
There we go. New salesman.
If folks want to find out more about PTZ and its advertising opportunities, who should they contact? Where can they call?
Well, News Channel 5, 561-5555.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for
Thank you
sponsoring
very much.
Expo this year. A brand new exhibitor this year at Business Expo and a brand new company here in the North Country. They don't monkey around, Worldwide Monkey. They're located on the former Plattsburgh Air Force Base at Park. With me is Laura White. Welcome to Expo.
Thank you so much.
And tell folks a little bit about Worldwide Monkey.
Well, we are a new startup company at the old Air Force Base in Plattsburgh. We sell monkeys and send monkey grams. You can send someone you love a monkey and make their day. It will come in a box that looks like a jungle with leaves and your special monkey. We have graduation monkeys, as you can see. And we also have the orangutan with her baby. Our store hours have expanded and we're now open on Saturdays and Sundays. And we're having lots of fun.
Now, this is something that people anywhere can call and order and have these shipped to anybody, isn't it?
Yes, they can. They can call 1-800-85-85-101.
And tell us a little bit about how Worldwide Monkey started and what its growth plans are, because I know you have very ambitious plans for the future.
Yes, we do. We're hoping to start something very similar to Walt Disney World over in Plattsburgh without the rides. We're going to have a museum, which will be the 1812 Museum about the war right here in Plattsburgh. We're also going to hopefully have a restaurant and the Funky Monkey Boathouse right on the marina. And we hope to be manufacturing our own monkey. We have just hired a designer, and we're hoping to manufacture our first 25 monkeys by July 1st.
Well, that's great. We're looking forward to great things. I think this has a great deal of potential. A lot of folks are familiar with a somewhat similar kind of concept from Vermont Teddy Bear, of course, here in the North Country.
The same founder, yes.
That's right. That's right. I want folks to know that. The same kind of creative thinking that went into to that successful venture is now coming to bear on this one, except it's on the right side of the lake.
Right, and we have something even more exciting. We have a cartoon coming out, which is very exciting. Johnny Blue Eyes is one of our characters. We will be licensing all of our characters, and they will have their own agents. And we're hoping to have the cartoon out very, very soon.
Well, that's great. Welcome to Plattsburgh. Welcome to Expo.
Thank
we
you.
look forward to seeing you at Expo for many years to come, and we're especially excited about what we anticipate to be a lot of growth and a lot of expansion here.
We hope to employ a lot of people. Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Another one of our valued exhibitors, and we got 170 of them, but Denton Publications, a long time, another North Country success story. We've seen several of them in the course of stopping around some of these booths. Denton Publications is headquartered in Elizabethtown, but has publications all over the North Country. And with me is Dan Alexander, president of Denton.
Hi, Gary. Nice to be here. I'll tell you, we've not come to the show for the last few years, but we are thrilled to be here today. We've got so many new things to offer.
Well, it's great to have you back. Tell folks a little bit about Denton for folks who may not know the different papers and different services you provide, and what you're telling folks about here at the show.
Well, Denton Publications has been around since 1948, producing free community weekly newspapers. We now cover with 7 publications all the way from the Canadian border down through the Lake George region with 100% mail, carrying a lot of the flyers, good community local news, and advertising. But today at the show, we're introducing a couple new things. We're now going to offer signing. We've got all kind of plexi signs, sandblasted signs. We do banners such as we have our own Denton Publications logo on.
Very good.
We're also doing truck lettering and silk screening search, hats, pens, pencils. We're really getting into the whole end of the specialty advertising business, and we're looking to have some fun.
Well, that's great. Good luck with all those new lines of activity. That's the kind of thing that's important about Business Expo, isn't it? I mean, it's a chance to tell a couple of thousand business people about the new things that you're doing, even if they already think they know about you. They don't necessarily know the new things that they ought to know about.
There's only one better way I know of than being here at the Expo, and that is advertising in our publications. But short of that, certainly the Expo is a great way to get extra exposure to the things that we do.
That's great. So, and when you come to Business Expo, it's just an example. Well, you aren't just going to see things that you probably already know about. I mean, you've already seen, I know, viewers out there are watching this and saying, gee, I wish I had gone. I didn't know that person did that. I didn't know there was a company like Worldwide Monkey. We were just talking to them. Didn't know that Denton did some of these new things. For those folks that didn't come to the show, and unfortunately there are too many of them out there, we want to get them here next year. How can they find out more about Denton? How can they get in touch with you?
Well, pretty easy. Just call 1-800-277-6567, or all they've got to do is sign on up onto our website, which is our new logo, denpubs.com, and they can find out all they want to know.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dan. Thank you for being part of Expo.
Thanks, Gary. I appreciate it. Enjoyed being here.
Bad?
Yeah.
Setup-wise,
Good.
not bad?
Yeah, very good. Economic development is certainly part of what Business Expo is all about. We heard about the Canadian seminar going on, and we talked with Park. We've heard about the new services that get launched sometimes here and the connections that get made. And so it certainly is understandable that from the very start, 13 years now, Development Corporation of Clinton County has been one of our valued regular exhibitors and supporters of Business Expo. With me is Brian Gladwin, Vice President, Development Corporation. Welcome, Brian.
Well, thank you, Gary. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Why is a show like Business Expo important to economic development in an area like the North Country?
Well, it's important for a lot of reasons. One, we can tell people about what the Development Corporation does. It's great to be involved with the Chamber, and I will point out that a couple of years ago, one of the contacts that the Development Corporation made at this show ended up being a company that ended up leasing 80,000 square feet from us and is an important client of ours now. So it's those type of opportunities to talk to other people in the business community, as well as talk to potential prospects who have an interest in coming to Clinton County.
What's new with the Development Corporation?
We've got a lot of interesting things going on. We are going to be hopefully constructing a spec building on our new Banker Road Industrial Park for 25,000 square feet. We have some strong interest that's being developed in the Champlain Industrial Park. So we're very excited. There's activity and the potential for more jobs and growth for the county.
And there's this whole new thing that's come to both Essex and Clinton counties, Empire Zones.
Oh, absolutely.
Very important tool, isn't it?
Extremely important. I would argue that it's one of the best tools in the country for economic development and very critical to New York State. And it's just very exciting. The benefits the state has come forth and their commitment to things, and the Empire Zones are going to be a great thing in the future, no doubt. As is the Chamber's support and the community support for the airport.
Well, we appreciate working together on that one.
It's a pleasure.
We are going to make that happen. It has to happen. It's an important building tool for the future, for the whole region. If folks want to find out more about the Development Corporation, tell them how to get in touch with you. And I know you also have a great website.
Oh, we have a great website, which we just changed and updated. It's www.thedevelopcorp.com. And feel free to call us at 518-563-3100.
Okay, thanks a lot, Brian.
Thank you very much, Gary. It's a pleasure.
I'm here with Mike Carpenter, Northeast, another North Country success story, and one of the companies that's been with us all 13 years from the very beginning of this show. Mike, there's been a lot of change, a lot of expansion, a lot of new kinds of activities for Northeast in the last couple of years. Give folks a quick overview of the kinds of things. If they're still thinking of Northeast as printing, and it still certainly does printing, tell them about all the other exciting things that the company now does.
Certainly. Obviously, a large facet of our business is still the printing end, but direct mail and fulfillment are probably the fastest growing components, as well as transportation and warehousing. In fact, the beginning of July, we will embark on another building project, adding on probably 30,000 square feet to our existing facility on Park. And most of that expansion is in fulfillment, direct mail, marketing, those types of campaigns.
Now, a lot of that certainly has a real connection with this north-south partnership that's occurring between Quebec and New York for your company, doesn't it?
The majority of the new customers that are coming on are either Montreal-based or the Montreal area-based, as well as Quebec, Toronto, some of the Ontario areas. I would say that probably 80% of our growth is in that market.
That's a pretty amazing thing to consider. I know a lot of folks out there, they hear the Chamber talk a lot about this Canadian connection with the Plattsburgh region, and they certainly are aware of Bombardier, and they hear about the Canadian companies who come down here who are part of that picture. They know about trucks going back and forth through the border and so on, but I don't think they realize that there are so many companies like Northeast that have been around for a long time. They don't realize the degree to which a lot of long-time existing businesses here, that their customer base and their operations have changed.
Absolutely. Over the years, obviously, when the company started as a printing company, it was all Plattsburgh or North Country, Clinton County based. And over the years, we're probably at a 50-50 split now. And the majority of the larger customers that are on board are Canadian based. Our real niche is in helping the small Canadian businessmen who want to market their product or get their product into the U.S. and don't have the ability to establish a U.S. presence. We want to help them get established to the point where they can get to building a building down here or having a legitimate facility in the U.S.
Now, Northeast also, for folks that have never seen this, Northeast also produces a monthly business magazine for the North Country region called Strictly Business. And it really is an amazing product. I mean, for an area this size, to have a company like Northeast be able to successfully produce over, how many years now?
It's 11 years. I believe this is the 11th year of the publication. Started as a small, obviously regional business magazine, and has grown into. There's probably a 3,000 member subscription list, and it's distributed all over Clinton, Essex, and Franklin County, as well as to any Canadian businesses that ask for it.
It's just a great spotlight every month on what's happening with North Country business, and I know it's just terrific that this area is able to have a really professional business magazine like this. This is the kind of thing you would expect to see maybe in Albany or Rochester or a metropolitan area, but we really owe a great deal of thanks to Northeast for committing to this and making it one of those success stories. As you'll see, the most recent edition is about education. It features Clinton Community College. There's a different theme every month. For folks out there that want to find out more about strictly business, more about Northeast services, how can they get in touch with you?
They can reach us by phone at 518-563-8214, and our website is www.thenortheastgroup.com.
Okay, thanks a lot, Mike, and thank you for being part of Business Expo again this year.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, just a sampling, because we'd have to make this probably a 16-hour program if we covered every single booth. So the best way to cover every single booth is to make sure you come next year. But at least you got an idea of the variety of companies and the things that everybody who comes to Business Expo learns and gets out of it. And it's free. It doesn't cost anything to come. It does cost to exhibit, but it doesn't cost anything to come. So if you're a business person anywhere out there in the North Country watching this show, you're going to want to make sure you find out about Business Expo next year and come. In the meantime, keep in touch with the North Country Chamber of Commerce. We serve all of Clinton, Essex, and Franklin counties and southern Quebec. We have a variety of business services. Business Expo is just one of the many programs and activities that we put on in support of the business community in this region each year. Give us a call at 563-1000 or visit the Chamber's website at www.northcountrychamber.com, and you will find out there must be at least 50 reasons to support and be a part of the North Country Chamber. And we'll tell you what they are. In fact, this is actually wrong. There are at least 51. And of course, there's just a lot of things that we do that we're telling people about today. Health insurance. We are now a fully licensed health insurance agency. Anybody out there in business, self-employed people, nonprofit organizations, I know you're concerned about whether you know about all the choices available to you. You're concerned about the cost of your health insurance and whether maybe there's something else out there that might give you good coverage for less money. We offer every single major health insurance product in the marketplace. We offer the lowest rates in the marketplace on all of those products. So if you're in one of those three counties and you want to find out more about what your health insurance choices are, we'll be happy to sit down, or we have professionals on staff, and talk to you about it. 518-563-1000. Give us a call. Find out about electricity discounts. We have a program up and operating. We're taking applications now. If you're a Nice Egg customer or a Niagara Mohawk customer, we want to help save you a little money on your electricity. We want to get more air service in the North Country. You've heard us talk about creating a really world-class consolidated regional air facility at that incredible former Air Force base in Plattsburgh. Turn it into Plattsburgh International Airport. Folks, it's going to happen. But we got some things we got to do in the coming year to make sure that we make it happen as soon as possible and as well as possible. If you want to find out more about that and want to sign up and be part of that partnership, give us a call. We'll be happy to welcome you on board and let you be a part of helping to make that vision happen. We have small business services. We have business counseling. If you're thinking of starting a business, give us a call. We have counseling services through our SCORE program that'll help you deal with that and help you think through your idea, help you develop that business. If you're in industry, if you're in tourism, any sector of business in the North Country, we want to help you. It's not just about Business Expo. But be sure and come next year. Be sure and give us a call. 518-563-1000. The North Country Chamber is there to help you. Thank you for watching North Country Commerce.